any business to succeed, everybody has to win. The borrower wins in this deal because now he can do two deals and make 75% on each deal instead of 100% on one deal. The lender can lend more money and they win. And we win because we're equity partners in the deal, so our investors make a lot of money.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Real Estate Pros podcast. My name is Pedro Pereira, and today I'm joined by someone who we've been looking very forward to chat with, Andrew Carlton, who's been making some serious moves in the real estate space, specifically having to do with construction, land development experience, and also lenders. So let us talk to Andrew. How are you doing today?
Oh, great, Pedro. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it very much.
Perfect, my friend. We're happy to have you as well. So let's dive in. All right. I think our listeners are really going to take something away about how you're approaching with your unique algorithm to reach lenders and borrowers from all sorts of areas, and specifically using the research that you have to know which ones to reach more precisely. So first off, for the listeners here that may not be completely familiar with your business, give us the short version, the perfect little elevator pitch, as you may, about your business, your focus these days, and the markets that you're operating in.
Thank you. Our business evolved from the hard money loan business into liquidity for equity with fix and flip borrowers. We ran into problems with conversions, why borrowers were being declined for loans in the fix and flip industry. And we've come up with an algorithm that took us about 2.5 years. And I've been in the land development business, construction business for over 50 years. And I wanted to solve that problem because we had a lot of qualified borrowers that just didn't have the money to close on loans. So what we do is we get with the borrowers. The banks send us good customers, good borrowers. They've already been vetted. The property's been vetted. The appraisals have been in. The borrowers love the areas that they're in and say, hey, I've got a borrower. We will loan them 80% of what they need. They need to come up, and I'm picking an average type deal.
Mm-hmm.
The borrower needs to come up with 20%. He just doesn't have the money. So on a typical deal that's, let's say, $350,000, they need to come up with $70,000.
Mm-hmm.
We've created the situation where if they don't have the $70,000 to come up, we'll come up with half of that. We'll come up with $35,000 plus half the closing costs. The borrower will come up with $35,000 plus half the closing costs.
Mm-hmm.
And now that deal can close. Now the primary lender will loan them that other 80% to do the purchase and the renovation so he can put the house up for sale and make a profit.
Love
For
it.
that, we do not encumber the property. We do not basically encumber the borrower with interest.
Mm-hmm.
What we do is we take 25% of the profits.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
So we're
Perfect.
providing liquidity for equity. It's basically gap funding.
Okay.
And the borrowers love that. We started at 50%, but then it was just too much.
It's a little, of
We kind of greedy. So we
course,
it down to 25% because we want the borrowers to actually make money, do well, and let's do more together.
of
So
course.
that's what we
Hmm.
do. So when the house sells, the capital stack is the primary lender gets paid, our company, which is Gold Leaf Investment Fund, we get paid, then the borrower gets paid, the money that we've put in, and then we split the profits 75-25. That's basically what our program's about.
Oh, that's incredible. It's definitely a very unique program, a unique opportunity. And what really caught my attention is how you mentioned not only the fact that you took some time developing this algorithm, that you really focus on the borrowers and you're here to help people be able to gain these opportunities to purchase homes, to purchase into these fix and flips, which is something that we need to be able to make more available to people. So, especially in this climate, this very volatile market change with all the interest rates going up and down. It's not easy to manage all this all the time. How have you been able to keep this machine running so smoothly?
Well, I've got great people. And you said something that I really like because any business to succeed, everybody has to win. The borrower wins in this deal because now he can do two deals and make
Hmm.
75% on each deal, which is 150% on two deals instead of
Hmm.
100% on one deal. So it gives him a better rate of return on his investment, and he wins, and the lender can lend more money, and they win. And we win because we're equity partners in the deal, so our investors make a lot of money. Um,
Mm.
but I put a good team together. To answer your question before, I put a great team together. We've got people. I've got a member of our team that's done over 3,000 fix and flips. We've got lender relations people that has been in the primary lending business for years. I've
Hmm.
got we have a CFO that's 20 plus years in the land development and real estate arena. I got a great in-house counsel, legal
That's
counsel.
incredible. Having those
Oh
sort of
my
relationships and that team is absolute key to be able to make sure that a business thrives, succeeds, and pushes forward.
but yeah, we I at my stage in life, I do not want to. I do not want to train. I'm not. I
Of
don't have the
course.
patience to train. I don't
Do
want
you
to train.
see a direct correlation in the experience that you have with the team when you enter deals and you go into talking to new borrowers and lenders? Do they feel that experience?
Yes, they know right away because of the questions we ask them, and um, and if I have a problem, we know who to go to for the appraisal. Sometimes appraisals don't come in right. Uh, we have to know all aspects of the team. My son is a very successful, and I'm not bragging on him. It's maybe I am. My son is a very successful corresponding lender in Jacksonville, Florida, and he deals on the retail side. So he's been doing underwriting, and I consult with Ed all the time, and just a great part of the team to make sure that the questions that we ask, I have all the backup we need because I do not want to risk our investors' money because we do blended
Fantastic.
returns.
No, that's great. If anything,
We will not put a certain percentage more than, let's say, 10 or 15% of an investor's money in any one deal so
mhm,
that this way it's blended. And some deals make 60% rate of return. Some deals make 28% rate of return. But the likelihood is such a safe industry. the likelihood of
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
$20 deals failing is almost nil.
That's
Not the
great.
way we underwrite.
Yeah, so thank you for that, for expanding on that. And I did not feel like you were bragging about your son at all. It's great to talk about family. In fact, to work with them, having a trusted team, it
Yeah,
brings a lot of joy to me seeing a father and son duo really helping people
yeah.
out there.
Well, he's a great young man. Yeah, thank you.
Perfect. Now, as we can hear, great things are happening. We see it, but every operator does, have sometimes when moments get real, when challenges really come up, and that you might have to pivot fast, or maybe a deal that went sideways. Do you want to share one of those moments with us so we,
Oh,
get a bit
great.
of the reality?
Thanks, Pedro, because that's what we really pride ourselves on. We're in it with the borrower. So if there's a problem, tell us. Don't surprise us. Everybody hates it in business. You could deal with problems. It's surprises that are the rough ones. And just tell us, because we keep a reserve in our account. So if we have to step in and help a borrower, or we have to take it over and finish the house, we make sure that the borrower at least stays in the deal and doesn't get hurt. We want to see him get his money back also. So we're in it together. I would not go into a business where I would be cutthroat or I grind on people. I want to see people successful because I want the borrower to say, "Hey, this was a great experience, Andy. I've got one or two more that I'd like to do," and that's my business. Repeat sales, right?
Repeat sales, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah, diving into those opportunities, creating those bonds with clients, that's great.
yeah,
And I can see it's definitely a big challenge to go into it with the borrower as well. You're going into a deal, you got to make sure you have your information vetted, your research done. And as you said, not all deals, lead back to a huge rate of return, although you have a very positive one. So I understand that those challenges can come up, and it's very good to have both players with the skin in the game. Then you know that it's really
yeah.
a true partnership.
And you want your partner to be as knowledgeable in the construction and the renovation end as possibly can be, because maybe we can shop materials a little bit differently. Maybe we have a team of contractors in that area that can come in and help you. Uh, all kinds of opportunities to deal with knowledge. Knowledge is power. We can help. We're great partners.
Course. Oh, that's absolutely great to hear. And
Yeah,
then that's the kind of stuff that honestly people don't talk about enough. There's a lot of talk between, just being able to get the deals done and how many deals are going, but actually focusing on which deals really bring the most change to people is something that could create a lot of impact within both the industry and just within the nation itself.
yeah.
And I believe that that's what really differentiates the folk who just dabble into the real estate industry versus the ones who are in the game for the long term, which, as you mentioned, with all the experience of both you and your team, and you've just been developing and coming up with a better and new ideas to help people get these loans and to help people be able to buy into the fix and flip.
Here's a perfect example too, Pedro, if I may say. We had a developer from Charlotte, just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, and he just got this whole large piece of property zoned for 400 homes. And he wanted to start the first phase with 100 homes, and he had 80 pre-sales, and he had the construction lined up, but he didn't have the cash to close with the construction lender. So he came to us. So that's the kind of project, but he had half of it.
Uh-huh.
That's the kind of project that we would go in with him on. We could
Mm-hmm.
help him on it. We can help him market. We have a great operation. We have a great network of realtors that we work with. A great for lenders. We can help them in many different ways. And that's the kind of project that he was so excited about, that because he spent a couple of years getting all the approvals, and then he was shot down by the primary lender, and we would come in and do that with him.
Wow. Well, the Superman saving the day, right? Coming in, making sure that the
I've been
borrower gets what they
I've
want.
been called a
Dreams
lot
do
of
come true.
Hey, Pedro, I've been called a lot of things, but never that. I've never been called Superman, that's for sure.
That's very big. Honestly, hearing that, seeing how you have such a great team.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
In place, and seeing, the positive impact that you're already having on this market. I want to know, if you're already thinking about, the next big goal. What is the next step for you guys to be able to either upscale, to gain more people? I want to know the company's vision, your guys' vision.
That's great. I'm so glad you asked me that. Because everybody tells me, don't get ahead of yourself, Andy. I've already got some of that planned out. Uh, I want to do a customizable fund. And in that customizable fund, I have so much experience in ground up construction, in land development, uh, anything relating to the construction industry. Because I started off digging ditches for plumbers, and I grew up in the industry. So I want to do a customizable fund with a gentleman like we met in Charlotte, you know,
Mm-hmm.
if a lady comes up and she has a couple of homes she wants to buy, she wants to get on her feet, we could do the fix and flips with her if she so chooses. We can do ground up for homeowners. I've done a lot of custom homes in my life and in my career. And
Mm-hmm.
we can do ground up construction. We could take over existing properties, finish up land development. We can go into multifamily. I don't
Mm-hmm.
care if 30 stories high. Um, you know, uh, we were building in the Blue Ridge Mountains, and that had its problems. In other words, you couldn't get plumbers, you couldn't get electricians. So what I basically did was the plumbers that I used and I was comfortable with, I put up the money for them to expand their operation, more trucks, more people. So we owned basically all our subs, so we could control our projects. We can get them done on time
Mm-hmm.
and expand their businesses. And I always gave them opportunities to buy me out and do what they
Got
want,
it.
and move on. So, you do what you have to do. And the fix and flip marketplace, it's a monster. It's a $500 billion a year business. And we're the only ones providing the liquidity or gap funding in this whole business. So, we're talking to some major, major family funds over in Europe right now, and some right here in the United States. And we're talking large numbers. I don't know if I want to build a company that big and place all of that. I mean,
Yeah,
wow. I mean, so
that is
the
big.
industry's the industry's there. We're always looking for good partners. We're always, and I didn't get on that. I didn't get on this podcast for that. I got on just to just to talk with you and you and your audience. But we're always available to work with everybody. There's always an opportunity to invest, to work with us.
Well, that's great to hear. No, that's why we have this as well. It's great to have listeners be able to connect with you, hear your story, and maybe even really reverberate to some of the things that you're saying and, want to reach out. Part of this is to be able to get your message out there as well, so you're definitely in the right place to do it.
And Pedro, anybody can call me on my cell phone. I'm not one of these guys to say, "Well, that's going to cost." If I can help somebody, for gosh sakes, just call me. I know so many people. If I can help you, please, just give me a call. I'd love to talk with you.
Wow, that's big. Honestly, I can guarantee that some of the people listening that are either here very early in their journey or just looking to level up will benefit a lot from hearing this and will definitely reach out to you as well to be able to get some advice.
Well, if
So,
after you've been around long enough, you made enough mistakes. I mean, where does wisdom come from? I'm not a textbook guy. I never learned much from a textbook. I should have gone to trade school instead of going to college. I would have learned
uh-huh.
more in trade school. But you get it by being out there doing it.
Exactly, exactly. And to build into that, with the experience that you bring and the way that you speak to the borrowers and stuff, obviously the team that you've built, you see that building relationships in this industry and growing your network is one of the biggest, either it could be an obstacle or one of the greatest opportunities that people have in here. What has made the biggest difference for you in that outreach with being able to connect with people and build those relationships?
Great question. And I tell everybody this. It comes down to intelligent contacts. You've got to be able to go out and people have to like you and have confidence in what you do. And you've got to, it comes down to intelligent contacts every
Hmm.
time. Every time I talk to a dummy, I don't get anywhere. Every time I talk to somebody, and half the dummies think they know what they're talking about. But every time I talk to somebody that does know, I learn from them. And that's the key, because that's what I respect during my working hours. Now that doesn't include my friends. My friends we're all over the place. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that's how it should be too. Definitely during the work time, you can't fake that sort of relationship, and you can't
No.
fake that sort of learning. Relationships are everything in this space, whether it comes from someone who will just see it through with you, or the person that you're learning the next steps from. So that's great to hear.
Yeah.
Before we wrap up, if someone did want to reach out, and we did mention that, to connect with you, maybe collaborate, partner, what would be the best way for them to reach you? Do you have Instagram, LinkedIn, phone numbers?
I'm on LinkedIn under Andrew Carlton. That's Carlton at Gold Leaf, Leaf Investment Fund. Now there's a couple gold leafs on there, but we're the Gold Leaf Investment Fund.
Investment
Um,
fund.
my that's what we do on the web. But my email address is Andy at
Mm-hmm. At
goldleafinvestmentfund.com.
Gold Leaf.
And
Perfect.
my phone number, just email me and I'll be more than glad to give you my mobile number. I answer my phone.
Perfect. Yes. No, that's fantastic to be able to stay so open and connected. Perfect. Well, listen, Andrew, we appreciate your time immensely, your story, and especially your perspective on this industry. We definitely need more people in this space that are doing it the right way, and I can guarantee that you guys are heading in the right direction. The sky is the limit. For those of you tuning in, if you got some value in this, please make sure that you are subscribed. We will have more conversations coming up with operators just like Andrew who are building real businesses, and we will see you on the next episode. Thank you so much today, Andrew.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.